So, if you're here right now, you're likely interested in this exciting world of Amazon FBA. It's a remarkable business model that has changed thousands of lives, created successful entrepreneurs all around the globe with the ability to work from your laptop at home. And look, I get it. You've seen all kinds of videos on YouTube on the topic about selling on Amazon with all of these different strategies or sorts of strategies, whatever you want to call it, but there's tons out there. It gets pretty damn confusing and probably really quick for you. This is the only guide to selling on Amazon FBA that you will ever need. And don't worry, this is perfect if you're a beginner. In the Amazon FBA business, there are primarily three methods of selling: arbitrage, wholesaling, and private labeling. With arbitrage, you buy low, basically from a source, call it Walmart for instance, and you sell it high on Amazon for a profit. With wholesaling, you buy product in bulk, typically from a wholesaler or somebody who's selling that, and sell them individually on Amazon. Now, these are profitable strategies, but today we're focusing on private labeling. Now, why, you must ask? Because with private labeling, we're not just talking about selling products, we're talking about building a brand, carving out a niche and a specific area of customers in that niche, and establishing a name that customers they recognize, trust, and ultimately want to return to. It's hands down the best and most sustainable way to build an Amazon business today. Picture it like constructing a house. You don't just begin building randomly, right? There's a blueprint, a plan, a process. Now, lucky for you, we have a 4-step process for building your brand on Amazon FBA. Product selection, finding a supplier, launching the product, and then scaling it to the moon. Now, step number 1 is product selection. This is effectively your foundation and what every good business or Amazon business is going to be built on. It's your success factor. It's like choosing the right plot of land to build your house on. You need a location that's perfect. And in a similar way, you need a product that fits perfectly into the current market, appeals to customers, and is unique enough to stand out from the crowd. In this first step, it's essential that you don't rush. Just as you would take your time finding the perfect piece of land to build a house on, take your time identifying the perfect product. The analogy here isn't just a coincidence. In both cases, you are laying the groundwork for a structure that's meant to withstand market fluctuations and ultimately deliver long-term returns. Dig deep into market research, investigate trends, understand what's popular, and more importantly, discern where the market might be heading. Just like you wouldn't go and build a house on unstable ground or in a flood-prone area, you want to avoid volatile products or niches that could quickly become obsolete. Just don't do that. When selecting your product, put yourself in your customer's shoes. What are they looking for? What are their pain points? What are we trying to solve, right? Your product needs to have a unique selling points, a distinguishing feature that sets it apart from everybody else. Now, this uniqueness could be the key to turning visitors into buyers, much like how an innovative house design could be the selling point that convinces a buyer to invest. Finally, let's talk about profit margins. In the world of Amazon FBA, they're your lifeblood. Without healthy profit margins, your business can quickly turn from a promising venture into a financial sinkhole. Profit margins aren't just about covering your costs. They're about sustaining growth, reinvesting into your business, and providing a buffer for unforeseen events. Consider every cost that could impact your bottom line. This includes the product cost, shipping, packaging, Amazon fees, potential tariffs and duties, and of course, marketing expenses. Always strive for a product that's not just affordable to produce, but one that carries a high perceived value, allowing you to price it at a premium. Now, this balance is similar to finding a plot of land that's also affordable, but in a neighborhood where houses command a higher market value. Remember, product selection is the first step in your private label brand building journey. A well-chosen product is not just a source of profit. It's the embodiment of your brand, the first impression you make to your customers, and the cornerstone upon which you will build your Amazon FBA empire. Now, moving into step 2, it's all about finding the right supplier. Now, as we dive deep into step 2, think of the supplier as the entity that provides the building materials for your house. Okay, you wouldn't go and compromise on the quality of bricks, wood, or cement of your dream home, would you? Similarly, your supplier's reliability, quality, and consistency will be instrumental in shaping the image of your brand. Sites like Alibaba have access to manufacturers across the globe. These platforms will allow you to reach out to direct factories, cutting out the middleman and helping you negotiate better terms overall. In the same way you would find and be working with the best suppliers for your building materials, find a supplier who understands and aligns with your vision. Here's something to remember. You're not just making a one-time purchase, you're initiating what we hope to be a long-term relationship. This relationship isn't much different from the one that you're gonna be building with an architect or construction crew when building your house. A good supplier, or I should say good supplier relationships, are built on trust, they're built on respect, and clear communication. You need to be clear about your expectations in terms of product quality, packaging, lead times, and the adherence to regulations as a whole. Also, the communication of how you want that product to be different. Just like how an architect understands the exact feel, look, and structure of your house, your supplier should understand your product in complete depth. Take the time to order samples, inspect the quality, test the product and see if it matches your expectations. Keep in mind, your first impression of the supplier's product is likely going to be your customer's first impression of your brand and your product that you're providing. Time is of the essence when it comes to e-commerce. Make sure your supplier can meet your timelines. If they cannot consistently deliver on schedule, it may be time to reconsider. After all, in both house construction and e-commerce, delays can escalate costs and cause significant disruptions. In conclusion, sourcing the right supplier is not about finding someone who can manufacture your product. It's about finding a partner who will contribute to your brand's vision and success. As we embark on step number 3, which is launching your product listing, let's consider the importance of the first impression. Imagine throwing a housewarming party where the food is bland, the lighting is poor, and the house is messy. Not a good impression, right? You should also carefully craft your product listing. It's the grand unveiling of your brand to the world. The housewarming party for your Amazon FBA product. Quality photographs are your secret weapon here. They're the virtual equivalent of your house's curb appeal. They should be professional, they should be crisp, they should showcase your product in the best possible light. Don't be afraid to invest in good photography. After all, a picture speaks 1,000 words. But as the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a product by its photo. While pictures, they can catch a customer's eye, your product description will reel them in and ultimately sell them. This is your chance to convey the unique selling propositions of your product, to communicate its benefits, and to answer any questions that a customer might have. It's just like giving a guided tour of your house to your guests, pointing out the unique features, the unique designs, the unique elements of your house. So when it comes to the vast marketplace that is Amazon, you can make sure your customers can actually find you. That's where keywords come into play. Just like well-placed signboards can guide guests to your housewarming party, relevant and strategic keywords will guide potential customers to your listing. Tools like Helium 10, Jungle Scout, and even Viral Launch can assist you in finding the most effective keywords to put in your listing. All of those elements combined, quality photos, engaging descriptions, and smart keyword usage can make or break your product listing. Take that to heart, guys. So make sure to take the time and take the effort to get it right. After all, the success of your housewarming party often sets the tone for how comfortable and loved the house will be in the future. And so we come to our final step, which is scaling. You've built a fantastic house, you've thrown memorable housewarming parties, and now you're ready for more. Think of this as the real estate developer phase to your journey. You've proven you can build one successful house. Now, can you turn that into a thriving neighborhood? Scaling isn't just about quantity though, it's about strategic growth. You wouldn't just start constructing houses randomly. You'd carefully select the locations, design the layouts, and ensure each house complements the others. Similarly, scaling your Amazon FBA business requires meticulous planning and strategic execution. Look for opportunities to expand your product line within your established niche. Perhaps you've got started with one kitchen gadget and that was a hit. Can you introduce related items to maybe form a cohesive product range? Think about a neighborhood where each house may be different, but they all contribute to the overall aesthetic and feel of the area. And don't limit yourself to existing demographics. Just as a savvy real estate developer might identify emerging areas for potential, you too would be constantly scanning untapped markets. Could your product appeal to a different age group or maybe to a customer in another country? Remember though, scaling doesn't mean straying from your brand's core identity. Each product you add should reinforce and enhance your brand image, just like each house contributes to the overall charm of a neighborhood. Your first product established your brand's foundation. Every subsequent product should build upon that, helping you construct a thriving and a successful Amazon FBA empire. Remember, each step of the process is intertwined with the central goal of building a brand. Your product selection should be guided by what fits into your brand image. The supplier you work with are crucial to maintaining the quality that your brand promises. The product listing you launch are the first touch points between your customers and your brand. And finally, the way you scale is a reflection of your brand's growth strategy. A word of caution though, building a brand isn't a one-night affair. It's not a house built on sand that will collapse with its first wave. It's a structure that stands the test of time, a lighthouse that guides customers back again and again and again. Just like building a sturdy house requires time, patience, and attention to detail, building a brand involves continuous learning, continuous adapting, and also evolution. What's the reward for all of this? It's not just a successful Amazon FBA business, it's a brand that you've built, a name that you've established in the market. A brand has a lifespan far beyond a single product. It can adapt, it can evolve, and grow with market trends and consumer needs. That's the power of private labeling on Amazon FBA. It's not about the quick profits, it's about the sustainable process and success that you're going to be building with your brand. So there you have it, the only Amazon FBA guide you'll need, especially if you're a beginner. We've tackled the process from product selection all the way to scaling, all while emphasizing the importance of brand building as a whole. With these strategies and tips, you're well on your way to starting your Amazon FBA journey. Thank you for sticking with me until the end of this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. In fact, I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave a link of one of our videos on the screen right here in the description on how to buy from Alibaba safely. In that video specifically, we're gonna do a deep dive in step number 2 on this video on finding the right supplier. We'll continue to guide you on this journey to ensure your brand not only survives, but thrives in the vast Amazon marketplace. Remember, in the world of Amazon FBA, your brand is your legacy, so start building today.